وعليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me properly? Bismillah. طيب حياكم الله. كيف حالكم? How's everyone doing? Let's start the stream and then let's start the explanation. No one typed anything in the chat. I'm assuming everybody can hear me. طيب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. صلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا. Welcome everyone to today's session, the 12th lecture that we're having in this course, the Arabic Conversational course. And today we are going to continue with Unit 14, inshallah, Al-Hajj wal-Umrah. And as you know, normally the Tuesday session, it's more about implementation and practicing what we have learned so far. Okay? So we're gonna do quite a few things, inshallah ta'ala, in class. طيب. Let me navigate. Alright, let me share the screen. The first thing you need to do is join us on WooClap, obviously. Let me see. طيب. So this is the 12th lecture. The link is in the chat. طيب. Okay. طيب, today where are we? Here we are. First, regarding the assignments, I was looking to go over the assignments. I mean, they've been returned and marked, alhamdulillah. Normally we go over the assignments and see what learning opportunities we can find. But not many people have submitted the assignments, and those brothers that have submitted the assignments, they didn't really have many mistakes worth mentioning. There is one issue though, there is one mas'ala or one particular concept that, you know, seems like most of you are struggling with or making mistakes in, which is Arabic numerals, Arabic numbers, basically, agreement between Arabic numbers and the nouns, okay? Such as, for example, arba'atu or arba'u, okay? Which we said, the way it works is that it's reverse agreement, they call it, right? So normally you have masculine followed by masculine, or you have a masculine noun, then the adjective would also be masculine. You have a feminine noun, the adjective would also be feminine. That's how it normally is. Agreement, it agrees. Whereas with Arabic numbers, it's opposite. So when you have a masculine noun, then the number is going to be feminine. And if you have a feminine noun, then the number is going to be masculine. So for example, we have qalam. Okay? We have, for example, qalam. Qalam is masculine. صح? So do we say أربع قلم Or do we say arba'atu? Oh, that's aqlam anyway. So do we say arba'u aqlam or arba'atu aqlam? Alright. Now let's take another noun. For example, sayyara. Do we say arba'atu sayyarat or arba'u sayyarat? Okay, so that basically is something that a lot of you struggle with. On one side, the reverse agreement. And also on another side, when it comes to numbers. We talked about when the numbers are between 3 and 9, there's a specific ruling. Then we have the numbers that are uqud, 20, 30, 40, 50 and the like. They've got another rule as well. Okay? Obviously when it comes to 1 is not plural. So plural starts from 3 in Arabic because 1 is singular and 2 is dual. So they've got their own ways of being. Dual's got its own conjugation, right? So starting from 3, that's where you have the format whereby you have the number, which is going to reversely agree with the noun, and the noun that follows is going to be a plural, okay, and it's going to be mudaf ilayh. Alright, so arba'atu aqlam. arba'atu aqlam. واضح. And أربع سيارات or ثلاثة أقلام ثلاث سيارات and so on and so forth. Then when it comes to this one over here, 20 30 40 50, we said you make it mansoob and use the singular. This is called tamyiz. So we say 20 كتابا 30 كتابا. Here there is no such thing called agreement. There's no agreement subject here. Okay? Why? Because these numbers 20 30 40 50 60 70 80 90, these numbers, they don't even have a feminine and masculine equivalent. They don't have it. They don't have a feminine equivalent. That's just how it is. It's 20. We don't have something called 20 or 30. It doesn't exist. And because it doesn't exist, we can't say, for example, so yeah, for example, ثلاثة, we can't say, for example, ثلاثات. 30 and ثلاثات. That doesn't exist. Okay? So, for that reason, you don't need to worry about agreement here between masculine and feminine. Okay? So, it's going to be 20 قلما 20 سيارة. The word itself, the noun doesn't even change. The only thing that changes is the fact that it's going to get a fatha at the end. فقط. That's the only thing that changes. Okay, so this one arguably is easier than this one. This one from 3 to 9 is a little bit confusing. Now, we have the numbers in between 10 and 19. Okay? So those have their own rulings as well. Okay, their own grammar rules. We'll talk about that another time. Let's just first get the hang of these. And this is what some of you are struggling with. So we have 1, 2, 3 to 9, 20, 30, 40, 50, up to 90, and then we got 100. 100's got the same ruling as 3 to 9, alright? But we'll do that another time. We'll talk about another time. So, Arabic numbers. That is something that a lot of you need to work a little bit more on. So inshallah I remember we did post a lot of questions regarding that on quizzes, and we'll do a competition on it, right? We have not included questions where we have reverse agreement. That would be the subject of maybe Unit 13 and 14, but Unit 13 and 14 quiz assignments are not yet ready. I know I promised it last time, please forgive me, but I just had a exceptionally hectic few days, especially with the launching of the new course yesterday and that Patreon event and stuff. I was exceptionally busy and hectic. So please forgive me that the quizzes assignment is not ready, but it will be ready inshallah ta'ala, and it will be released inshallah tomorrow along with the quarterly test. Obviously, right now, my dear brothers and sisters, we're getting to the tail end, towards the end of the course. We only have 2 more units left, and it's exactly at this sort of time, at this sort of point, when people start to drop off, they start to struggle. And this is clear. This is very clear and manifest if I look at Learn Worlds, the website, when I look at the website and the portal, and I see how people are getting along with the assignments and how much time they're spending on the assignments. And when I look at book widgets and the assignments that have been submitted, it's a world of difference. The workshops as well, very low numbers. So first and foremost, expect an email from me, inshallah ta'ala, tomorrow, just giving you feedback on your previous work, or basically where you are, maybe asking 1 or 2 questions regarding your progress. For those of you that, are falling a little bit behind, then, we'll address. I'll start off with the email. I'll send you the email, inshallah. I hope all of you reply, and then inshallah ta'ala we will look at how we can take things forward and plan on how to improve things going forward, so that if you've struggled for the past week or 2, at least you have a strong finish. And that's the most important thing. If you've missed last week and this week, some of you had guests, some of you were traveling, some of you, generally speaking, it's a fact. I mean, whenever you have a holiday, when the holiday is finished, not everybody comes back. I don't know why, but you give people a week or 2 weeks holiday, and that's it. Khalas, they lose their steam for some reason. That's what I've noticed so far. So is the solution not to give a holiday? I'm not sure. Something we have to investigate. But nevertheless, Afallah amma salaf, those of you that have missed it last week and this week. But going forward, the coming 2 weeks are going to be crucial, because it's going to determine if you actually manage to pass this level or not. So if you have a strong finish, I promise you, the 2 weeks coming, plus the week of revision we're going to do after that, you can easily make up for lost ground. So if you've been with us up to week 4, you fell a little bit behind week 5 and 6, believe me, you can easily make up and get back on track. Okay, we're here to help and hold you by the hands. So expect an email from me tomorrow. Please do reply. Bismillah al-Kareem. Okay? Alright, now we can either do a workshop preview first, and then after we'll do Quizlet, inshallah. So today's workshop obviously is all about speaking practice, like always. And if you haven't already practiced reading fluency on Saturday, then you can practice that today with me or Ustad Awad or the Ustad Sarah for the sisters. Pronunciation practice, there's not really new sounds, but so probably no pronunciation practice for this week. But this is the one that we are going to have a go at right now, and that you are going to work with as well with the teacher in the workshop, which is making your own sentences. So once again, we have grouped the vocabulary for you to make it easier for you to... grouping these vocabulary together, it basically helps you with making different sentences that have the same structure. Okay, so if you want, you can start off your sentence with a verb. Yes, and even the verb this time I have grouped into 2 different groups. So we have the verb that is lazim and the verb that is muta'addi. Fi'l lazim and fi'l muta'addi. Let me remind you of what they are, because they make a major difference in your sentence structure. So al-fi'l lazim is that verb that doesn't need an object. It doesn't need a maf'ulun bihi. And for the most part, al-fi'l lazim, it could be just the fi'l itself and the fa'il, right? It could just be something like qama Muhammadun, complete sentence. Or sometimes the fi'l lazim, even though it doesn't need an object, for it to make sense, or for it to basically be a sentence that is, let's say, worth listening to, it needs a prepositional phrase. Okay, it needs some kind of harf al-jar and if you like, a noun with it. And like I mentioned last time, that the fi'l that is lazim, for the most part, it takes on different meanings depending on what? Depending on the preposition that comes after it, the preposition that is used. So for example, sa'a yas'a. Okay. Sa'a is a word that can have multiple meanings. Okay, you can say, for example, sa'aytu fi. You can also say sa'aytu إلى. You can also say سعيت بين. And all these different prepositions give سعى a different meaning. So for example, السعي بين الصفا والمروة or سعيت بين الصفا والمروة. That literally means that you walked in between Safa and Marwa. Okay? سعيت بين, in between. But if you say, for example, سعيت في, let's say, سعيت في حاجتك. Okay? That would mean I have strived in your needs or your cause. Okay? سعى في سبيل الله. He strived in Allah's cause. So here sa'a now took on a completely different meaning. It doesn't mean literally to walk. Now it means to strive. Do you understand? How do we know the difference then between walking in between? Like, can you say sa'a fi safa wal marwa? You can't say that. That wouldn't make sense. So when you have two locations, you use bayna to give the meaning that you're walking in between. Or you can say, for example, sa'aytu ila. Okay? So Allah says, for example, about Ibrahim alayhi salam, when He commanded him to slaughter Ismail. Allah says, فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ مَعَهُ السَّعْيَ. When Ismail reached the stage in which he can walk. Okay, as-sa'i. So, sa'a bayna as-safa wal-marwa. That means walking between. Sa'a fi means to strive. Sa'a ila. Sa'aytu ila al-masjid. Then that's the same meaning as mashaytu, I walk to the masjid. Okay, so again, the fi'l lazim is different to a fi'l muta'addi. Fi'l muta'addi needs an object, fi'l lazim doesn't. But fi'l lazim, again, you could use it by itself, it's going to have a meaning. So Allah says, for example, in the Quran, وَسَعَى لَهَا سَعْيَهَا. وَسَعَى لَهَا سَعْيَهَا. سَعَى لِي. You see? That means to strive. سَعَى لِي. Similar meaning to سَعَى فِي. Okay? Whoever strives for it, يعني for the akhirah, then he will get it. فأولئك كان سعيهم مشكورا. طيب. That's why when you come back from Hajj, someone says to you حج مبرور or سعي مشكور. That doesn't mean that what's praiseworthy is that literally you're walking. Like you're striving, you're working hard. That's what's meant by سعي مشكور. Then we have the fi'l or the verb that is muta'addi. This one here, you're going to look for an object. So you can probably use one of these concrete nouns over here as an object. So for example, يخلع, which means to take off, you can think of thawb. Okay, even if thawb is not written here, but you should think of thawb. يذبح, don't come and say يذبح الرجل. That would be a problem, right? So يذبح, slaughtering, al-hadi. Okay, and so on and so forth. So that's when you come across this verb, look for someone that is suitable from this column over here. يلبس ملابس الإحرام. يرمي الجمرات or الجمرة الكبرى. طيب, then you have a place. So place you can use that with فعل لازم most of the time. Okay, especially if you could use a preposition like to go towards. For example, يطوف, to do طواف. حول الكعبة. Okay, and then we have time as well. I mean, these sort of things, place and time, are things you can add to any verbal sentence to just give extra information. So if it's fi'l muta'addi that your sentence starts with, or it's fi'l lazim that your sentence starts with, you can always mention a place and a time for that particular action. So you can say, for example, يحلق محمد رأسه بعد غروب الشمس. Okay, في منى. Okay, so look at how now I made a complete sentence. A very long sentence as well, actually. So يحلق محمد, come up with any name. So what are the sort of things we can shave? Head. رأسه. When? في أيام العيد. Or بعد غروب الشمس. Or بعد شروق الشمس. Or بعد زوال الشمس. Or قبل زوال الشمس. قبل whatever you want. Where? في منى. واضح? So I'll give you a go inshallah at it. بإذن الله الكريم. I hope that's enough. So if you go and will clap, I'd like you to make a sentence using the a minute, where did it go? Is that واضح everyone? الله المستعان عليه تكلى. There you go. So we say make your own sentence. Now the longer you make your sentence, the better. I'd rather you make one very long sentence or even close to a paragraph as opposed to multiple short sentences. I know the short sentences are easy, they're easier, but nevertheless I think that's better. So we're gonna go to I'm gonna show you the vocabulary, and you write it on WooClap, inshallah. I'll give you like 2 minutes, inshallah, to get your creative juices flowing and write us something, inshallah, that is inspiring. May I have the WooClap link, please? Yes, of course you can. If someone doesn't beat me to it. Oh, bismillah. There we go. No problem, no problem. Are we ready to check out some of your answers? Can I navigate away from this screen? Okay, it seems that nothing has been submitted yet on WooClap, so I'll give you a bit more time. طيب. My voice is cracking up. Okay, still is. طيب. So we got a few sentences here. Let's see if there are any learning opportunities. So this person said يطوف أحمد حول الكعبة 7 أشواط وبعد ذلك يصلي في مقام إبراهيم. أحسنت، ممتاز. Nothing wrong there. يطوف حول الكعبة 7 أشواط. من يطوف? I don't know who it is that is doing tawaf, so make sure you mention the noun because this is not following on from a previous conversation. So when you say يطوف حول الكعبة 7 أشواط, I don't know who you're talking about. But if, for example, I asked you and I said to you, for example, ماذا يفعل محمد, ماذا يفعل خالد, and you gave me this answer, then that would be fine. Then I would know that the pronoun here inside يطوف returns back to Khalid or Muhammad because that's who I asked. But just like this, like that, it's very ambiguous. Okay? يسعى عمار, I think it should be with a عين, إلى مزدلفة. يسعى إلى مزدلفة من عرفة قبل غروب الشمس. Okay. Even though that's technically not right. Hajj wise, that's not right. We don't walk from. Oh, يسعى إلى مزدلفة من عرفة. Oh yeah, that's correct. Sorry, I thought you said يسعى إلى عرفة من مزدلفة. Okay, نعم. So he's walking to Muzdalifah from Arafah when قبل غروب الشمس, before sunset. أحسنت. يطوف الرجل حول الكعبة بعد زوال الشمس. There's no learning opportunities here today. الله أكبر, ما شاء الله. خلع أبو عباس. Okay, that's Abu al-Abbas, huh? Al-Abbas. That's the name actually. A lot of people say Abbas, but it's actually Al-Abbas. So خلع أبو العباس ثوبه الأبيض ورماه في القمامة لأنه اشترى. Here we got learning opportunity. Even though it's a very long sentence, ما اللهم بارك, there is a mistake. Let's have a look at that. Let's put that under the microscope. طيب. If you notice the mistake, let me know, huh? I'm going to read the whole thing. Tell me what you noticed in the chat or on WooClap. So خلع أبو العباس. So he said here there should be Al. Okay. Remember that. For the reason explained. Okay. ثوبه الأبيض ورماه في القمامة لأنه اشترى ثوب الإحرام. Okay. ليعتمر في مكة المكرمة. هو سيطوف 7 أشواط حول الكعبة وسيصلي خلف مقام إبراهيم وسيسعى بين الصفا والمروة. Yeah, sorry, earlier I thought this was wrong because I didn't see al-ihram. So I was going to say ثوبا, but this مضاف إليه, so it doesn't need an alif. ليعتمر في مكة المكرمة. Alright, so seems like mashallah, Allahumma barik. That's a long paragraph with no mistakes. That's amazing. الله يحفظك. أطوف حول الكعبة ولكن أنا لم أقبل الحجر الأسود. Okay, let's look at this one. طيب. Let's look at this one. Who can tell us the mistake over here? Who can tell us the mistake over here? There's a mistake here. Who can tell us what the mistake is? You can unmute yourself. You can type it in the chat. You can let us know on WooClap. Whatever way you want to let us know, inshallah. So here there's a mistake. What's the mistake? ما الخطأ هنا يا... Someone said فتحة تأويل. فتحة تنوين. نعم أحسنت. ولكنني or ولكني. Okay, so let me show you that. Here you wrote ولكن أنا, صح؟ ولكن أنا, صح؟ But that's wrong. Because when we add ولكن, let me change the keyboard. Okay, so we have ولكن or ولكن. Okay. If you add أنا to that, yes, then you have to join them together. So أنا needs to become a suffix of ولكن. And that's basically what happens most of the time whenever you join a harf, a particle with a pronoun, it normally joins together. So this ضمير over here, that is ضمير منفصل, which is an isolated pronoun, will become a ضمير متصل, will become an attached pronoun. Okay, that's what happens. So pronouns, generally speaking, they attach to nouns. Yes, pronouns, they attach to nouns, they become attached pronouns. And they also attach to verbs as objects. And they also attach to huruf. So for example, you would say فيه. You won't say فيه هو. Okay, you say لديه. You don't say لديه هو. You say لدينا. You don't say لدي نحن. You say لديك. You don't say لدي أنت. Same thing here. You don't say ولكن أنا. Rather what you say is ولكنني. ولكن وإذا شدة ني. واضح؟ ولكنني. So that was a good learning opportunity there. ممتاز. Let's go back, see what else we can find. يرمي الجمرة الكبرى قبل غروب الشمس ولكنني. يطوف الرجل, we read that already. يسعى عمار, we read already. يطوف أحمد حول الكعبة 7 أشواط. Alright, we're done with it. طيب, لا بأس. لا بأس. Here we have 9 submissions and we have 9 of you on Zoom. So I assume everyone had made a submission. طيب, ممتاز. Alright, جيد. Obviously you're going to do something like this in the live workshop, but you're not going to type it. You're going to say it. That's the difference. Okay? Which means you have less time to think. You're more likely to make a mistake. And that's the whole point. Because when you make the mistake, then we have a learning opportunity that the teacher can correct you and that you can learn from and everyone else can also learn from, inshallah. Now, another thing we're going to do today as well is we're going to have these speaking prompts. Okay, and this time the speaking prompts they're all questions really. Yes. Normally I know the speaking prompts are like, I say to you, for example, discuss this or state that or whatever. But this time around, it depends on if you know how to do Hajj or Umrah or if you've done Hajj or Umrah before. Okay, so the first question, and this is obviously things that you can ask your classmates. So again, how do we do this? 2 minutes. We put 2 minutes on the clock, and if 2 brothers want to volunteer and have a go at this, it would be great. Teacher's gonna put a stopwatch or timer on, and you get to ask each other these sort of questions. So you can ask the person, for example, have you done Umrah or Hajj before? If he says to you yes, then you ask him when. Alright. You can ask them how they travel to Hajj and Umrah. Okay. كيف سافرت إلى المدينة؟ كيف سافرت إلى مكة؟ أو كيف سافرت إلى العمرة? Or how they traveled between the different holy places. كيف سافرت إلى المدينة؟ أو كيف سافرت من المدينة إلى مكة? So between. The first question is, how did you travel there? As in, how did you get there from your wherever you live? صح? Whereas the second question is more talking about, okay, how did you go from A to B within the holy sites? كيف سافرت من عرفة إلى مزدلفة؟ كيف ذهبت من منى إلى الكعبة? Or if someone done Hajj, so someone might say to you, for example, ركبت القطار. Another person might say مشيت بالأقدام. Another person might say ركبت الباص أو ركبت الحافلة. Another person might say ركبت سيارة الأجرة أو ركبت السيارة وهكذا. So how did you go from Mina to the Kaaba and so on and so forth between the different places? What place have you visited during your trip? يعني هل زرت for example المسجد النبوي? For example, you can ask them that question. هل زرت جبل أحد وهكذا. Okay. You can ask him, what do you do before Ihram? So this obviously, Ihram is like when you're in the state of Ihram and you wear your thing. What do you do before it? ماذا فعلت قبل الإحرام? He might say to you something like لبست ملابس الإحرام ولبيت بالعمرة. You know, I don't want to give you all the answers here, but examples, okay? What do you do when you reach the Kaaba? Okay, so when you reach the Kaaba, what do you do there? Okay, he might say أطوف حول الكعبة 7 أشواط ثم أصلي خلف مقام إبراهيم وهكذا. What do you do during and after tawaf? It might be, you know, أقول قبل الصفا إن الصفا والمروة. You might say the dua, أدعو وأنا واقف على الصفا متجها إلى الكعبة. Whatever, يعني, based on your experience. This is all about, these are speaking prompts. It's about what? Giving you something to talk about so that you can practice speaking. What do you do during and after Sa'i? And what do you do at Arafah, Mina, Muzdalifah, these different places? What do you do there? Okay, so those of you that have done Hajj and Umrah before, mashallah, mumtaz, great. You can talk about your personal experience. If you haven't done Hajj or Umrah before, no problem. Just talk about what you imagine it would be. Sah? Again, this is not considered lying. Obviously, this is for studying purposes, right? So you just talk about, what you experience, what you imagine your experience would be. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa taala facilitate that for us and for you and for all of the Muslims to go and visit his Bayt in his house. طيب. If two brothers want to have a go, أهلا وسهلا, you know. Otherwise, we will go on to the next section. طيب. You can raise your hand so you can send your message on the Zoom chat or whatever. Then we have the random image or word, that thing, which I haven't set up yet. I was about to set it up, but then had issues with my laptop charger for the last 30 minutes before I came home. Then I had to come home to use my backup charger, so I lost out on some time that I was going to use to prepare this. But inshallah ta'ala, after we are done with the lecture, normally we start the workshop after 5 or 10 minutes. I can quickly prepare this inshallah, and I'll send it to the teacher as well. But even if I don't, really, to be honest, these two should keep you busy inside the workshop. طيب. So if nobody wants to come forward, then I think what we can do is we can do number 1 Quizlet, and after that we might do a quizzes one as well, based on the previous what we've done so far. So we're gonna do a quizzes exercise, or a quizzes, if you like, competition based on the previous units. Like I said, I still need to prepare unit 13 and 14, but we'll do from unit 8 to 12. Okay, serves as revision and also having some fun. Alright, ready for Quizlet? Obviously, last time, some of you might have struggled because the Quizlet, normally I double check it, this time I didn't. For some reason, I completely forgot. So now I've got rid of some of the proper nouns. So there's no point on Quizlet to have nouns like Arafat or Muzdalifa or Mina. You know, if you're going to translate this, you can just write the same thing, right? So proper nouns we normally don't add to the flashcards. I know the book does, but it makes sense to learn those words, but you should learn them in Arabic. There's no point translating them to English. Okay, so knowing Arafat or Arafah or Muzdalifa or Mina, it's worth knowing those words if you don't know them. Sah? But you can't put them in a flashcard and translate them, because it's going to be redundant. You're going to see Mina, back of the card says Mina. What's the point? طيب, let's start. So the flashcards are better now, inshallah. I got rid of the harakat as well for those of you that want to practice writing it. Bismillah. طيب. Obviously it was 35 words, now it's only 28. Let's see how this goes. Individuals, ask in Arabic. Mute it. Copy the link. So last time we done best out of 3. Today we'll do best out of 5, inshallah, as promised last time. Okay, تفضل. Time everybody join, I'll give you 2 minutes or less. If you need the code because you have the app or something, then there you go, it's MTF200. We've got 7 players so far. We've got 10 of you in here. Let's see, there are no duplicate names. Seems like 10 of you, yes. So let's wait a bit more. Okay, 2 more people left. Yalla. Okay, one more person left. Okay, some person said, okay, one person said they can't play at the moment. All right, great. All right, are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Bismillah. Okay, let's see how this goes. Don't tell me the screen is stuck again. Allah musta'an. No commentary, I'm afraid. Okay, so we got alpacas ahead. Sea dragons are doing great. Do you even pronounce like alpacas? A very close race between sea dragons and alpacas, or whatever how you pronounce it. I think sea dragons are going to win. Yeah, sea dragons in the bag. Yeah, Sabrine won today. Ahsanti. طيب. Alright, I'm gonna do it again. Ready? It's the best out of 5, yeah? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, alpaca has a strong start. Sea dragons is back, almost back on top again. Stingrays, mashallah. This time is much more contested. A much more head-on-head race, mashallah. It's changing a lot. Sea dragons does not have the upper hand yet. Kangaroos came out of nowhere, mashallah. Alpacas are doing good. Kangaroos are fighting back. I think kangaroos are going to win. I think kangaroos are going to win. Oh, oh, that was close. Unbelievable. Sea dragons won again. Okay, but that was close. The last question, all three of you were like in line. طيب. Okay, that was interesting. Now is Sabrine can win a third time? Let's find out. Bismillah. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, foxes this time, mashallah, in the race. Kangaroos. Orcas made a mistake, they're out. Alpacas are ahead. Sea dragons seems to always have a slow start. Sea dragons is out. Khalas. Sea dragons made a mistake. So who's going to take her place? I think alpacas are going to win. They've been on top, or they've been doing good. Kangaroos, they might catch up. It's between kangaroos and alpacas, but I put my money on alpacas. Please, if I'm mispronouncing that word, please tell me. Okay, ahsant, Najil. MashaAllah. Alright, so at least we said best out of 5, so Sabrine won twice, so we can still play 2 more rounds, inshallah. So, ready? You worked hard. Alpacas worked hard for that win, I'm telling you. But I think this round I'm going to give it to kangaroos, I think. But let's find out. Bismillah. Start. Sorry, I didn't count down this time. You have to pay attention. Alright. Alpacas back in the race. Foxes, mashallah. Foxes are doing good. Sea dragons are out. Sea dragon. Oh, alright. So we're definitely gonna have a 5th round then, aren't we? MashaAllah. Oh, foxes, you did good so far. You came really far. Allah al-Musta'an. Kangaroos, I think this time kangaroos, they deserve it. Wallah. Kangaroos deserve it this time. Alpacas are on their case. Stingrays literally jumped out of nowhere. Ahsant after on that one. Okay, so it's all open now, right? It's all open. Okay, so if any of the 2 previous winners win, then it's gonna be a draw. All right. Or if Sabrine wins, she's gonna be the winner for today. She's gonna have won 3 rounds. So it's all open now. So we're either gonna end up with a draw, or we're gonna end up with a winner. Okay. So if the 2 last winners after Banajil don't win, then Sabrine is the winner. If they win again, we have a draw. Well there. So everyone else here right now, if you wanna help Sabrine win, then make sure Najil and Aftab don't win. Alright. Otherwise, we'll see what happens. طيب. Ready, everyone? Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Strong start by Sabrin. There we have foxes. Foxes are doing good this time, mashallah. Okay. Foxes are doing really good. Okay. So all Sabrin needs to do is make sure that either she wins and that Najil and Aftab don't win, which are the alpacas and foxes are out. Foxes every time gets mashallah gets really far. Then they drop out last second. So the top 3 are really in this now. Who is going to win? So yes, we have a draw. Mashallah. We have a draw, mashallah. So obviously Sea Dragons had a very strong start, won the first 2 rounds. But mashallah, we got a draw. Who says we fight it out with another round? Let me know in the chat. We said best out of 5, we got a draw. So we fight it out one more round. Okay, let's put it this way. We do one more round. See if any of those 2 win, and we're done. Or let's see if the other third contender after can catch up, and then we're gonna have 3 people at the top. No winner. A draw between the top 3. Or a third person wins, and then we're still stuck with 2 winners. So we'll see, inshallah. But let's do it again. It's quite exciting today, so I myself want to see somebody win. So it's actually between these 2 people, yeah? The names being alpacas and sea dragons. So keep an eye on sea dragons and alpacas. Can somebody tell me how to pronounce that word? Am I pronouncing it right? Please tell me in the chat. I said it 1,000,001 times. Balaf. I don't even know what that is. I said alpacas. Is that correct? I said it 1,000,000 times. And every time I say it, I'm like, is it right? Is it wrong? طيب. Alright, let's start. 3. You will find out how to pronounce the word after this. I don't want to busy you. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. So 1 minute. Najil was kangaroo. No, alpacas. Sabrina is sea dragons. She made a mistake. She's out. So now Najil can take it home. Okay, so if alpacas win, then that would be an amazing comeback. Kangaroos also won once before. So if kangaroos makes up and catches up on alpacas, then we're going to end up with 3 winners today. Foxes jumped again out of nowhere, mashallah. Doing really good this time. Normally they make a mistake somewhere halfway. Kangaroos, mashallah, ahsant. Okay, so we got a new winner then, mashallah. We got a new winner. So that means no clear winner today. Ma'alish. It's a draw between Sabrina and Najil. Inshallah ta'ala, it makes it ever more exciting for next time, inshallah. Well done, everyone. Alpaca. Huh? Let me look for that. So we say, how to pronounce alpaca. Alright. So I wasn't bad actually. I need to alpaca. Okay, not alpaca. Alpaca. Okay. Alpaca. Sounds like an Arabic word, you know that. Alpaca. That's alright, great, mashallah. It's a domesticated llama with long silky fleece. Alright, طيب. Alpaca. Ewa. طيب, inshallah, let's go to the workshop. Oh, we meant to do quizzes as well, صح? Alright, let's go for quizzes then. 1 second. Bismillah. Let me just log in. and then we go to the Arabic Conversational course level 2, grammar practice revision, 103 questions. Are you ready for this? Al-Baka in Arabic. Most words in English beginning with Al are Arabic words. Okay. MashaAllah, good to hear. Can you send the link, please? Yeah, I'm going to send the link now, inshallah. So we're going to do this one called the grammar practice. Bismillah, let's go for it. Start a live quiz. Students progress at their own pace, and you see a leaderboard on live results. Yes, that's the one we want. Attempts 1. Show answer to activity on, show after activity, okay. Adaptive question banks, no points, I didn't tag them. Extra life, no. Power ups, we don't want that. Student live reactions to the leaderboard, student questions, shuffle answer options. Alright, that's great. Ready? Bismillah. Let's continue. And you have this the link. Post in the chat. There you go. Okay, it has to put their shirky Halloween there in it. Let's just go back to default. Default theme, let's keep it that way. طيب, join us inshallah. This is the code. We've got one person so far. Sent them. Okay. 5 people so far. Yalla. Game's gonna start in 45 seconds. 6 people. Still another 4 of you that need to join. Actually 3 of you. We had 9 in Quizlet. طيب. 7. 2 more people left. Bismillah. Starting in 15 seconds. Do you need more time? Add 15 seconds. Yalla. After 15 seconds it's gonna start, huh? I don't have an account. You can make one quickly. Perhaps you can use Google, inshallah. Just sign in via Google, it's probably easier and quicker. So, so we're gonna start. 5, 4, 3. Unless that person doesn't have an account, wants us to wait a little bit, I don't mind, just let us know. But when this counter goes down, shall I wait? 1 sec, please. Alright. Oh, I missed it. Sorry. I was going to give you a second, but I missed it. Go. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Let's do that. Alright. Let's see how this goes then. Just so the top 5 only, so we can focus on the top 5. طيب. Obviously at the beginning it's going to be a little bit it'll change around a lot until we have an established leaderboard. As you can see, not much to comment on at the moment. Obviously it shows you the streak. MashaAllah, Shu'aib is on a 3 question streak, and obviously I think accuracy here trumps speed. Okay, so if you made a mistake, those are points that you've lost that you cannot make up for. So if someone else takes his time and gets a 9-10 question streak, then yeah, you're not gonna go far. By the way, I think we're gonna have to end this. We're gonna have to end this, I'm afraid, because as you can see from the progress, I was meant to limit the number of questions, but I didn't. So unless you guys want to sit around and answer 103 questions, you're gonna have to excuse me. I need to end this and fix that. Sorry about that. But when I was setting up the settings, I actually forgot that. So ma'lish. I did not limit the questions. So let's do that again quickly. We don't use this so often, so 103 questions over here. So let's do that quickly again. Classic. I was meant to come here and say adaptive question and then choose how many questions? We done 15 last time. It was quite a lot. Let's do 15 again, inshallah. Yallah, 15 questions. Well, let's do 3 rounds of 10 questions. Okay. Alright. Sorry about that. New link, everyone. There's no point continuing with the previous one further because it's under 3 questions. Nobody can answer that. There you go. Just try to join as quickly as possible, eh? We had 7 people last time, so when you get to 7, we'll start. Okay, Romais is still missing, which I think is Ilyas. Yallah, waiting for you. Okay, alhamdulillah, Fahima joined us as well. Where is Romaisa? Or Ilyas? Yallah. Are you gonna join? Oh no. In the last game we had Kumthob as the correct answer instead of Kumthoban. Oh, that's a disaster. I remember there was that particular mistake. I thought I had corrected it, but it might be I might have corrected it in another quiz. Oh, that's a mushkil, isn't it? The problem is I can't really revise now, go over 103 questions. So let's just hope that question doesn't come up again. This just is not. Forget the competition side of things. It's just for the sake. But I don't. You end up answering something that is wrong as well. That's another issue. But we'll go over the answers inshallah at the end and we'll see. It's gonna start 5, 4, 3. Let's do one round and then we'll see inshallah. Maybe just one question that is wrong. Shows me here the questions. And somebody gets a question wrong, I'll check it. Sort by accuracy. معي جواز السفر. Okay, that's okay. $13. الثوب ب30 ريالا. Okay, that's correct. 12. الثوب ب30. Anyway, let's see the leaderboard. Okay, you're on a streak, mashallah. كم ثوبا this one. طيب. Okay, so Aftab made no mistakes. He's clearly the winner. Buzayan might be. I don't think he's gonna keep the second place, because the third place student still has quite a few questions to answer, and he's only 300 points below you. Okay, so I don't think you can keep that place, Abu Zayan. But let's see how it goes. Okay, so you got it wrong. I think if you get one question right, Ibn, you'll go into second place. Maryam likewise got quite a few questions to answer. Yeah, but 2,000 points. That's too much. That's too much. Okay, now all I care about now really is to double check that. Okay, Maryam went up, mashallah. I think you got one or two more questions to answer. All I care about now is to double check that the questions, there wasn't one that was deliberately wrong. Yeah, that was wrong. طيب. Let's wait for Maryam to answer the last question. Okay. Alright, you kept your place, so that's that. MashaAllah, so we have in third place Abu Zayyan, followed by Ibn, and then Aftab. MashaAllah, ممتاز. Okay, toughest question is this one. القميص ب20 ريالا. Okay, not ريال. Why? Because we said 20, what comes after it has a fatha, 20, 30 and the likes. ريالات no, because we said 20 what comes after it is singular. Okay. طيب. Longest question. سأحضر المعجم والكتابة. Okay, ممتاز. No one made a mistake, so it's a long question. The class answered 6% of questions correctly. Okay, let's see what some of the wrong questions were. Sort by accuracy. Let's go to this one. Yeah, so كم وجبة, so that's wrong. So I really feel sorry for whoever got this wrong, because the answer here is wrong. Like I said, when I created some of these questions, and I think I've corrected it in the individual quizzes, not the one where I put them all together. صح? Because sometimes what happens is I create a template, or I make the sentence, and then sometimes I forget to select the correct answer, so it inherits it from the previous question. So sorry about that if you're the person who got that wrong. Okay, but that seems to be the only question with Kam. Okay, so we got one victim there. Please forgive us. Anyway, because of that little mishap, we'll stop there, inshallah, with the quizzes, inshallah. But inshallah, next lesson we'll have quizzes, exercises for unit 13 and 14, and we'll have more of those, inshallah. We'll focus more on quizzes next time, i.e. the grammar, as opposed to the vocabulary on Quizlet, inshallah. I think I got the easiest set this time. Yeah, that's how it works. You never know what's going to come your way. Hayakumullah. Is there a workshop? Yes, we're going to have a workshop, inshallah. So workshop will start in 5 minutes. Inshallah, I'll see you in the workshop, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.